Hi, this is Alex from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book on record to play for you. Today's book is Benji Adventure, requested by Big D Entertainment for 1983. So let's get started.
This is your Benji read-along book. Every time you hear this chime, it means that you are to turn the page in your storybook. Now we are ready to begin our adventure into the land of fun. Open your book, and we will start the story of Benji's Adventure. Remember, when you hear the chime, turn the page.
Hello, my name is Mary, and I want to tell you a story about my favorite friend. The story began on a chilly fall morning. I opened the kitchen door to let my friend Benji into our nice warm kitchen. I gave him a dish of milk and a dog biscuit. He looked up at me and let out a little yelp. After thanking me, he lapped up the milk as fast as he could. Benji kept me company on those cool mornings. I looked forward to his visits, especially since the children were in school. I sat down at the kitchen table and patted Benji on his furry head. You know, Benji, I said to him, I think I'll take a walk into town this morning. I have some shopping to do. Would you like to come with me? Well, now Benji was standing at the back door, ready to go, faster than I could blink an eye. I got my hat and coat out of the hall closet and opened the back door. Come on, Benji, let's go for a walk. It was a beautiful morning. The leaves on the trees were just beginning to turn amber and gold. I felt as if I were walking a picture postcard. It was very peaceful until Benji and I suddenly heard the sound of sirens coming from the downtown area. Benji, I said, there must be a fire down on Main Street. I walked as fast as I could down to the end of Elm Street. It was then that we saw smoke coming from an old apartment house located on Main Street. Benji, look at all that smoke. Benji looked down the street and barked. It took us only a few minutes to reach the sidewalk across from the burning building. The flames seemed to be coming from everywhere in the old building. I saw my friend, the fire chief, standing near the fire engine. I went over to him and asked, is there anybody in the building? He told me that he thought all the families were out of the building. I was glad to hear that. The fire was pouring out of all the windows on the lower floors when suddenly Benji started to run back and forth, barking at us. What's wrong, Benji? I asked. Benji barked louder and started to run back and forth towards the burning apartment building. Stay back from that fire, Benji, I cried, but he did not seem to hear me. The fire chief asked me what was wrong with the dog. I don't know, I answered. He has never acted this way before.
Wait a minute.
Cried the fire chief.
I think he's trying to tell us something.
We looked up, and then we saw what Benji was barking about. On the top floor of the building, we saw a small boy leaning out a window, crying. The fire was everywhere, and the fire chief said,
I don't know how we're going to get to that little boy.
Just then, Benji barked and ran as fast as he could toward the burning building.
What is that dog trying to do?
Asked one of the firemen.
He's trying to save that child.
Said the fire chief. Benji ran into the flaming building. Once inside, he looked carefully for places that he could run through safely. He found the staircase and began to climb up to the top floor. The flames shot out from every doorway, but Benji knew that he must go on. He must save that little boy. Up he climbed. The smoke and fire was soon filling the hallways. Meanwhile, outside the building, people were wondering if Benji would be able to get to the top floor,
It will be a miracle if that dog can make it to that boy in there.
said one of the men in the crowd. I called out, if anyone can do it, Benji can. All this time, Benji was making his way through the smoke and flames. Finally, he reached the top floor. Benji began to bark so that the little boy would know that someone was there to help him. Benji heard a cry coming from a room at the end of the smoke-filled hallway. Help me! I'm frightened! Somebody help me! Benji ran into the room and saw the boy huddled under the window, crying. Benji ran over to the boy and started to bark. The boy smiled through his tears and then looked out the door and began to cry again. Benji knew the fire was beginning to fill the hallway. He ran to the door and then turned back to see if the boy was following him. The frightened boy got up and said, "I'll try to keep up with you." As they walked slowly down the hallway, the fire seemed to leap at them from all sides. And somewhere in the building they heard the sounds of a roof collapsing. The building was beginning to fall down. Outside, the fire chief shook his head sadly. He said,
No one could get out of that building now.
the crowd that surrounded the fire trucks looked very sad, and I was about to cry when suddenly I heard the familiar sounds of a bark coming from the doorway of the building. Benji ran out of the building with the little boy right behind him. I was never so glad to see anyone in all my life. Everybody began to cheer, but their sounds of celebration were cut short by another louder sound. The building began to collapse. Benji and the boy had gotten out just in time. They ran over to Benji and the rescued boy and gave them both a big hug. The small boy hugged Benji and said, "Thank you. You're the best dog in the whole world." Well, I know Benji was very happy, and I was pleased when the next day the fire chief made Benji an honorary fireman. Benji seemed very proud, especially when they took his picture for the morning paper. The next morning, when Benji came to the door for his dish of milk, I showed him his picture in the paper. "You're famous, Benji. Everybody will know you now." Benji looked up at me and let out a little bark. "Goodness, Benji, that was an exciting adventure you had yesterday." Benji barked and seemed to nod his head in agreement. It would not have surprised me if he did, for Benji is a very special dog.
So that was Benji Adventure for 1983, requested by Big D Entertainment. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day. We'll have another video coming out real soon.